My beloved soul, do not rush past this moment. Do not scroll. Do not look away. Because what you are about to hear was not meant for everyone. It was meant for you. And it was released at this exact moment because your soul was ready to receive it. Last night, while the world softened into silence, and most hearts rested without knowing why they felt heavy, something profound unfolded in the unseen, a moment so intimate, so precise, so undeniable, that it shook someone awake from the inside. Your person dreamed of you, not lightly, not vaguely, not as a passing image. They dreamed of you in a way that bypassed logic and went straight to the core of who they are. And when they woke up, they were shaking, their breath uneven, their chest tight, tears falling before they even understood why. Archangel Michael steps forward now and speaks gently but clearly. My beloved child, what occurred was not imagination. It was remembrance. In the dream, there was no distance, no fear, no old pain standing between you. The walls they built in waking life simply did not exist. The doubts, the excuses, the reasons they gave themselves for staying silent, all of it dissolved the moment your presence appeared. They saw you as you truly are, not as a fantasy, not as a regret, not as something lost, but as someone their soul has always recognized. When they reached for you, their hands did not tremble. When they looked into your eyes, their heart did not hide. They felt something they have not allowed themselves to feel in a long time: safety, a deep, grounding peace that settled into their body like a forgotten truth returning home. This was not a dream of the body alone. It was intimacy without fear, connection without performance, love without conditions. They felt chosen. They felt seen. They felt enough. And that is what broke them. Because in waking life, they do not believe they deserve that kind of love anymore. When your presence wrapped around them in the dream, it did not excite them first. It healed them. Their nervous system softened. Their breath slowed. Their soul stopped running. For the first time in longer than they can remember, they were not pretending to be strong. They were simply held. And in that closeness, something sacred happened. Their heart admitted what their mind has been fighting for months, maybe years. That no matter how much they deny it during the day, no matter how convincingly they act unaffected, no matter how much distance they maintain, their soul still belongs with yours. When they woke up, reality crashed in too fast. The room felt cold, empty, wrong, and before they could stop themselves, the words escaped their lips in a broken whisper. I still love them, and I don't know what to do with this. That sentence was not planned. It was not filtered. It was not controlled. It came from the deepest place inside them. They did not cry because the dream was inappropriate. They did not cry because it crossed a line. They cried because it told the truth. They cried because the dream reminded them of everything they buried to survive, everything they told themselves they were over, everything they pretended did not still ache. Your name was on their lips like a prayer they were afraid to speak too loudly. Their hands covered their face as memories flooded in. The way you looked at them, the way your energy calmed them, the way you saw through them without judgment. And here is what Archangel Michael wants you to understand clearly. They are not crying because they want to pull you back into pain. They are crying because they realized they never truly let you go. Their heart has been holding you quietly this entire time. They have told themselves stories that you deserve better, that you are happier without them, that reaching out would only disturb your peace. But those were defenses, not truths. Last night, those defenses failed. The dream showed them what it feels like to be loved by you. And waking up felt like losing you all over again. That is why their body reacted the way it did. That is why their emotions spilled out without permission. That is why something inside them has shifted and cannot be put back. And if you are still here, still listening, still feeling that subtle pull in your chest, this is not coincidence. Souls recognize when truth is spoken. If this message is touching something in you, it is because connection responds to attention. And without forcing anything, simply staying present here allows clarity to deepen. Archangel Michael's voice softens, but his words carry weight. What has been stirred cannot return to sleep. Stay with this, because what awakened in them last night is only the beginning. My beloved soul, breathe slowly and allow these words to settle into you, because what unfolds now moves beneath the surface of that dream and into the truth it awakened. What your person felt when they opened their eyes did not fade with the morning light. It followed them. It stayed in their chest, heavy and undeniable, like something long silenced, finally demanding to be heard. They sat there for a long time without moving, not reaching for their phone, not distracting themselves, just sitting at the edge of their bed as if time itself had paused to watch what they would do next. Their hands trembled slightly. Their breathing came in shallow waves. Their heart felt exposed, as though every layer they built to protect themselves had been peeled away in a single night. They whispered your name again, softer this time, almost reverent, as if saying it too loudly might break whatever fragile truth had just surfaced. Because the dream did not only show them love, it showed them loss. Memories returned with painful clarity. The way you smiled when you felt safe, the warmth in your presence, the way you trusted them without needing promises. And with those memories came something they have avoided for a very long time: regret. Not surface regret, not passing guilt, but the kind that settles into the soul and refuses to leave. They realized something that pierced them deeply. They had love in their hands once, and they did not protect it. They allowed fear to speak louder than courage. They chose distance instead of vulnerability, silence instead of honesty. And the dream showed them, without mercy, what life could have felt like if they had chosen differently. That question keeps circling inside them now, relentless and raw. Why did I let them go? Archangel Michael steps closer and speaks with clarity. My beloved child, regret is not punishment. It is awakening. Your person never meant to hurt you the way they did. They were overwhelmed by emotions they did not know how to hold. They were afraid of being seen too deeply, afraid of failing something sacred, afraid of not being enough for the love you offered so freely. And instead of admitting that fear, they ran from it. But here is what you must understand. They are not the same soul they were then. Life has reshaped them. Loss has humbled them. And your absence has taught them the value of what they once held without fully understanding. Last night's dream did something powerful. It cracked open their deepest fear. What if I come back and they don't want me anymore? That fear is what made their tears fall harder. That fear is what made their chest ache. That fear is why their bodies shook, as if bracing for a truth they are not sure they can survive. They want you. They want to speak. They want to explain. They want to apologize in ways words may never fully capture. But they are terrified. Terrified that you healed without them. Terrified that you closed the door they left open. Terrified that they waited too long to be brave. On the outside, they appear composed, strong, unaffected. But inside, their heart has been calling for you quietly every day. Last night, that call became impossible to ignore. Today, everything feels different to them. Small things trigger memories. A song, a moment of silence, a random thought that suddenly carries your energy with it. It feels as if the universe itself keeps placing you in front of their awareness, gently but persistently. They try to tell themselves it was just a dream, but their soul knows better. It felt too real, too precise, too aligned with a truth they have been running from. The peace they felt holding you in that dream, they have not felt that peace anywhere else, and now they crave it. Not desperately, not selfishly, but with a longing that feels honest and humbling. Their mind is crowded with questions they cannot answer. Should I reach out? Would they listen? Do they still care? Have I already lost my chance? These thoughts circle them constantly, not because they want to disrupt your life, but because the dream forced them to face what they still feel. The connection between you was never erased. It was simply quiet, waiting for the moment truth would break through fear. Archangel Michael's voice steadies the moment. Love that remains unspoken does not die. It waits. Your person is standing at the edge of something now, a realization they cannot undo. Their heart has softened. Their love for you has grown louder. And the fear of losing you forever is now greater than the fear of being vulnerable. If you are still here, still listening, still feeling that subtle recognition in your chest, understand this: nothing is random. Attention strengthens awareness, and awareness prepares the soul. What was awakened in them is moving toward a decision, and that movement is not finished yet. Stay present, because something deeper is still unfolding. My beloved soul, allow your shoulders to relax and your breath to slow, because what is revealed now moves into the quiet battlefield inside your person. This is where their truth and their fear collide. This is where longing wrestles with pride. And this is where something they have avoided for a long time can no longer be ignored. All day, the weight of that dream stayed with them like a secret pressed against their chest. Every time they tried to focus on something else, your presence returned. Not loudly, not dramatically, but gently, persistently, like a hand resting over their heart, reminding them of what matters. When they closed their eyes, they saw you. When they inhaled, they felt your warmth. When the world went quiet, your energy stepped forward. It wasn't memory alone. It was sensation. A familiar calm paired with a deep ache. They felt you in places that logic cannot explain. In the pressure behind their ribs. In the tightness of their throat. In the pause between one thought and the next. They kept asking themselves why that dream felt so real. Why your touch felt grounding. Why your eyes felt like safety. Why your presence made their soul soften instead of tense. And slowly, painfully, the answer began to surface. Because their heart never stopped choosing you. They have been wearing a mask of composure for a long time, telling themselves they are fine, telling others they are okay, pretending that your absence did not leave a mark. But last night shattered that illusion completely. The dream was not temptation. It was truth. It showed them what their heart has been whispering every time they are alone. That no one else reached them the way you did. That no connection replaced what you shared. That the version of themselves they felt with you, the open, honest, alive version, is the one they miss the most. Today, something unexpected happened to them. Something subtle, but powerful. They felt your energy suddenly, intensely, as if you were near. It caught them off guard. They paused. Their body reacted before their mind could explain it. For a brief moment, they almost turned around, expecting to see you. But it wasn't physical. It was spiritual. Archangel Michael speaks clearly now. When two souls remain connected, distance becomes an illusion. They started remembering things they tried to forget. Small moments, quiet glances, the way your presence shifted their mood without effort, the way conversation with you never felt forced, the way being near you made them feel recognized rather than judged. And with those memories came something fragile and dangerous hope. A quiet thought formed, trembling but persistent. What if this connection is not finished? What if the dream was a sign? What if I am being called back? That thought both comforts and terrifies them. Their heart wants to move toward you. Their fear wants to stay hidden. They imagine reaching out, writing your name, hearing your voice, and then fear rushes in like a shadow. What if you don't respond? What if you're indifferent? What if they open their heart and find the door closed? They are suspended between two pains, the pain of staying silent and the pain of possibly being rejected. But here is what they cannot ignore anymore. Losing you once hurt more than they admitted, and the thought of losing you forever is unbearable. They are realizing their feelings are not fleeting, not nostalgic, not imaginary. They are deep, unresolved, and alive. The dream did not create those feelings. It revealed them. Your person is beginning to see clearly. You are not simply someone from their past. You are someone their soul recognizes. Someone their heart responds to without effort. Someone they never truly released. And now something is shifting inside them. Slowly, carefully, but undeniably. They feel an urge growing. To check on you. To say something. To break the silence they built out of fear. This urge doesn't feel impulsive. It feels intentional. Like a pull they can no longer ignore. Archangel Michael's presence strengthens. What is guided by truth will not disappear. If you are still listening, still feeling the quiet resonance of these words, know that awareness is not accidental. Staying present with this message is not passive. It is alignment. Your person is standing at the threshold of a choice. And that choice is forming even now. They are not rushing. They are gathering courage. And the direction their soul is pointing toward is you. What was buried is rising. What was denied is being acknowledged. What was silent is finding its voice. And this unfolding is far from over. Remain here, because the next movement is already beginning. My beloved soul, remain still within yourself as these words continue to unfold, because what is happening now reaches the deepest layer of your person's transformation. This is the space where intention forms, where emotion becomes action, where truth begins to move outward instead of staying hidden inside the heart. Your person did not sleep easily after that night. Even when their body rested, their soul stayed awake. Thoughts circled gently but persistently, like waves returning to the shore no matter how far they pull back. They kept replaying the feeling of you in that dream. Not just the closeness, but the peace. That peace is what unsettled them the most. Because peace reveals truth. They realized that with you, they were not performing. They were not proving. They were not hiding parts of themselves to be accepted. They were simply allowed to exist. And that realization brought another truth. Crashing in their life has felt heavier without you in it. Throughout the day, moments kept opening unexpectedly. Pauses where their chest tightened. Silences where your name surfaced without invitation. Their heart kept leaning towards you, even when their mind tried to redirect. They began to notice something else as well. Their resistance is weakening. The defenses they once relied on, logic, distance, excuses, no longer feel convincing. Every justification they used to stay silent now feels hollow. Fear is still present, but it no longer controls the direction of their heart. Archangel Michael speaks with calm authority now. When fear loosens its grip, truth steps forward. Your person is starting to imagine something they once refused to allow themselves to imagine. Speaking to you honestly, not to convince, not to pressure, but to finally be real, to say what they should have said long ago, to acknowledge what they tried to bury. They are rehearsing words silently, testing sentences in their mind, wondering how to begin, wondering how much to reveal, wondering if honesty now will be too late or exactly on time. And here is what matters deeply. They are no longer questioning whether they love you. That question has been answered. What they are questioning now is whether they are brave enough to face the outcome of telling the truth. They are aware that reaching out could change everything. Silence keeps them safe but disconnected. Speaking opens the possibility of healing or heartbreak. And yet, despite the fear, something stronger is emerging inside them. Respect. They no longer want to hide behind confusion. They no longer want to pretend indifference. They want to approach you with care, humility, and awareness of the pain they may have caused. This is not impulsive desire. This is emotional maturity finally taking shape. They are reflecting deeply on who they were then and who they are now. They see their growth. They see their mistakes. And they see you more clearly too, not as someone to lean on, but as someone to meet equally. Your person understands now that love is not possession, it is presence. And presence requires courage. Throughout this inner shift, they feel your energy subtly, consistently, not overwhelming, not intrusive, just present, as if your soul is aware that they are approaching a threshold. This awareness strengthens them rather than scares them. They are beginning to accept a truth that once felt unbearable. Even if you have healed, even if you have changed, even if you no longer want what they want, they would rather know than remain silent forever. That realization marks a turning point. Archangel Michael's voice lowers, firm and steady. When a soul chooses truth over comfort, destiny responds. If you are listening to this and feeling a quiet steadiness instead of anxiety, that is not accidental. This message is not meant to stir fear. It is meant to bring clarity. Whatever unfolds next is guided by awareness, not chaos. Your person is not moving recklessly. They are moving intentionally. They are learning how to lead with sincerity rather than defense. And that is why what comes next will feel different from the past. They are preparing themselves emotionally, not just for your response, but for accountability, for showing up differently, for honoring what this connection truly means. This preparation is happening now, quietly, internally, without announcement, but it is real. And here is what Archangel Michael wants you to hold close to your heart. What approaches you will not confuse you. It will feel grounded. Your person is nearing the moment where intention turns into motion, where reflection becomes communication, where silence gives way to truth. Stay open, stay centered, stay present, because what has been awakening between you is not random, and it is not finished. My beloved soul, take one more slow breath and allow everything you have felt to settle gently inside you, because what unfolds now is the convergence. This is where inner movement prepares to step into the outer world. This is where the unseen begins to shape what can be seen. Your person has reached a quiet but powerful understanding. Avoidance no longer protects them. Silence no longer brings peace. What once felt safer now feels heavier than the risk of truth. And this realization has changed the way they carry themselves. Even if no one else notices yet, they are listening more closely to their inner voice, the one they used to drown out with distraction, the one that speaks softly but never lies. That voice keeps returning to the same truth, again and again. You mattered. You still matter. And what was shared was real. They are no longer asking whether the connection existed. They are asking how to honor it now. Archangel Michael stands firmly beside you and speaks with precision. When the heart aligns with truth, the path forward reveals itself naturally. Your person understands something now that they could not grasp before. Love is not about perfect timing. It is about honest timing. And honesty has finally caught up with them. They are aware that reaching out will require vulnerability without guarantees. That is what makes it meaningful. They are aware that they may not receive the response they hope for, but they also know that continuing to hide will leave a regret they cannot carry any longer. This is not about reclaiming the past. It is about acknowledging the truth of the bond. They are no longer trying to rewrite history. They are trying to step into integrity. You may feel this shift subtly, a calm instead of anticipation, a steadiness instead of anxiety, a sense of whatever happens, I will be okay. That feeling is alignment. It is your soul responding to clarity rather than uncertainty. Your person's energy is moving closer, not in urgency, but in readiness. They are becoming emotionally available in a way they were not before. And that is why whatever unfolds next will not feel chaotic or confusing. It will feel grounded. They are not coming from need. They are not coming from fantasy. They are coming from awareness. And here is something important to understand. This does not mean you are meant to wait, chase, or pause your life. This message is not about attachment. It is about recognition. Recognition of what has been real. Recognition of what has changed. Recognition of what is possible only when truth is allowed to breathe. Archangel Michael's voice softens now, but his words remain strong. What is meant for you will meet you in clarity, not confusion. If communication comes, it will come gently, thoughtfully, without pressure, without games. If silence continues a little longer, it is not avoidance, it is preparation. Either way, you are not being tested. You are being aligned. And if you are still listening, still present, still feeling that quiet certainty rather than emotional turbulence, this message has already done its work. Awareness has shifted something inside you, too. Sometimes, the greatest movement happens without noise. Your person is stepping into courage. You are standing in clarity. And the connection between you is no longer dormant. It is awake. Before this message closes, allow yourself to acknowledge something quietly. The fact that you stayed, that you listened all the way through, that you did not rush past the resonance you felt, that alone tells a story. Clarity multiplies when attention is given to it. If this message brought understanding, grounding, or confirmation to your heart, you may choose to support the energy that delivers messages like this by staying connected, staying present, and engaging naturally. Not out of obligation, but alignment. Archangel Michael leaves you with this final truth, spoken calmly and without force. What is awakening between two souls does not rush. It moves with purpose. And when the moment arrives, it will feel unmistakably right. Remain open. Remain steady. Remain aware. Because what is unfolding is not behind you. It is approaching.